At North Bennett, it has become a tradition for a new president to deliver the commencement address during their first year at the school. And I'd like to take a moment to help you get to know Sarah a little better before she speaks today. Sarah joined North Bennett with a PhD in philosophy from Vanderbilt University and a professional background spanning arts education, nonprofit leadership, and community development. She brings to the school a deep commitment to student success, faculty support, thoughtful leadership, and organizational excellence. Before joining North Bennett, Sarah held leadership roles at the Rhode Island School of Design, Virginia Commonwealth University's School for the Arts, and the National Endowment for the Arts, among others. At RISD, she helped develop innovative partnerships and programs connecting education, industry, and the arts, collaborating with organizations including Hyundai, Motor Group, Jazz at Lincoln Center, Tate Modern, and Tiffany & Company. Throughout her career, she has focused on expanding educational opportunity, fostering collaboration, and helping institutions grow through innovation and partnership. She continues to serve on the board of the Strategic National Arts Alumni Project and as a working group member of the academic network of the NeuroArts Blueprint Initiative. In the 9 months since arriving at North Bennett, Sarah has immersed herself in life at the school, meeting students, faculty, staff, alumni, friends, and partners of North Bennett, listening carefully, sharing ideas, and beginning important work focused on strengthening the school and planning for its future. It has been an exciting year, and we look forward to the years ahead under her leadership. Please join me now in welcoming Dr. Sarah B. Cunningham, President of North Bennett Street School and our 2026 commencement speaker.
Before I begin, thank you so much, Claire Fruitman, the most incredible provost in the world. Just give Claire an applause, please. What an extraordinary leader you have in Claire, and has been a great partner for me as I've gotten to know the school over the last 9 months. Well, good morning. It is a tremendous morning to celebrate you, powerful and awesome graduates. You made it, literally. I hope you're feeling the glory today. Good morning, faculty, staff, and friends of North Bennett Street School. I give my thanks and praise to all for taking this journey with this group of talented students, supporting them, guiding them to acquire the skills needed for your chosen trade. Graduates, today's the day that you shift your gaze from the workbench and your toolboxes to looking out into the world. Think back to your first day. What was your mindset? How were your hand skills? How many people did you know in your chosen field? How did you describe your work to others? Had you eaten PBJs every Wednesday? Had you visited Steinway, held a Stradivarius violin, attended a Museum of Fine Arts jewelry symposium, or gotten an insider tour of Thomas Mosier? Did you feel that your life path was changing as you moved through the halls of North Bennett? We don't pretend to make things easy. In fact, sometimes we lead you down a more difficult path so you can attend to precision and be faithful to the history of your field. And now you'll see that strength of your training resonate with your peers in the industry. Your skills, confidence, and sound judgment will serve as a guide as you discover new professional communities and build your career. You also got to experience the long American tradition of hands-on peer-to-peer education, working with faculty experts who model through their own deep experience levels of mastery that make our education unique. You've met leaders in the field who visit North Bennett regularly. You went on site visits, of course, to binderies, wood shops, piano manufacturers, jewelry collections, or locksmith companies, and this gave you a deep sense of what awaits you. These expert legacies have just begun to be embedded in your body, in your work rhythms, in your mark making, and the choreography of your tools. I hope you make sure to stop every now and then and remember those instructions as if they were fresh, so that they might always invisibly guide your future work. I like to think of the full collective force of every single North Bennett graduate out in the workforce. You join these alumni, these almost 5,000 alumni, and you transform the world by attending to quality, by taking the slow path, by honoring materials. And the work that all of you do is becoming ever more recognized and is needed with an urgency that can't be overstated. As we all know, North Bennett can be a sanctuary from a world that privileges speed over patience, shortcuts over perseverance, cheap goods over quality materials. As a counterpoint, you choose to slow down, pay attention to make things well. And you've spent hours at the bench, hours at the job site, hours sharpening, so many hours of sharpening. Perhaps most importantly, you've demonstrated to the world there's value to be gained in caring deeply about how things are made. It begins with learning, observation, consultation, planning, and then finally execution. This attentiveness to making is your superpower. Pay attention. You probably heard that a million times since you were little. But the word attention contains so much. It comes from the Latin tendere, which means to stretch. You have been stretching toward mastery by focusing your attention on time-honored practices. You're literally stretching your mind and hands, making them do things they couldn't do before, following new rhythms and sequences, balancing old techniques with inventive problem solving. And the objects that you encounter through your making, repair, or restoration, they capture this stretch. Some may see what we do as maybe self-absorbed or maybe exclusively individual endeavors, but I make the argument that the attention you pay to these resonating objects, whether it's a shed, a ring, a book, a piano, a table, a violin, or a whole 17th century farmhouse, this act is a profound act of generosity. Your future clients may request a new chair, a changed lock, but first and foremost, they are the recipients of your attention. They get to encounter the gravity and seriousness of your commitment to excellence as it is conveyed through your craft. Again, it's your attention that brings value to what you do. It is no surprise that the word tent comes from the same root, tendere. When you stretch your attention, you unwittingly build community. You make space that others can enter. A space of shelter, of protection, of precision and beauty, a space to invite others. As you leave North Bennett Street School, pay attention to how you support each other. Celebrate others who are similarly striving in your field. Share your knowledge, and of course, lend a hand to other makers and tradespeople who are in need. Our fields are better when we come together, and your careers will surely benefit as well. And by some magical transfer, the things you repair and make capture not only your stretch, your attention, but you're stretching forth in this community of makers, supported by others who are increasing your skills and their skills at the same time, moving through the next challenges, and also sharing delightful discoveries and celebrating victories. So, I'm a philosopher, of course. I really like to think more about this idea of attention. I like to think about how we stretch our capacities towards something and the role that beauty, or the hope for beauty, plays in our attention and stretching. Some of you know that my background is philosophy, which might seem a far stretch from North Bennett Street School. But I too spent long hours, like you, at my desk for years, hammering at the same topic day in and day out, thinking about how and why we find things beautiful. To do this, I went back to 1789 and French and German philosophy. Within a very dry but hugely influential body of work in ethics, metaphysics, theories of knowledge, I went against the grain of my peers, and I studied theories of beauty. I studied and wrote about reflection, a response to the world, to materials, to particular events that creates an openness in you, that allows you to stretch your being in some way, that gets you outside of yourself, that allows you to be at attention in new ways, that drives you to learn. Let me illustrate using a story from one philosopher. A boy hides in a bush. He whistles. Visitors nearby, call them tourists, are struck by the beauty of nature. "Oh, the beautiful birdsong," they say. Then the boy jumps from the bush. "Oh no, they're wrong." They don't know what beauty is, but it felt real, this encounter with the idea of beauty. Oh, these poor tourists. They can't trust themselves to know or not know beautiful things or beauty. They eventually become disenchanted, and now they can't find anything beautiful for a while. Eventually, hopefully, in a moment of enchantment, they're conveyed on this journey again to encounter the beautiful in the world. We're in a world right now where so many are seeking and need beauty. And the tourist, and let's call them the viewer or the client, seeks to expand their inner capacity by being present with something more profound, more ordered, more disciplined, more refined than themselves. The boy, the clever, funny, hiding boy, he's playing with sound and resonance. He's a maker. He's toying with beautiful effects. Novice as he is, maybe one day he'll be a piano technician, he is on a different journey than most. For as he advances in his training, as he spends hundreds of hours himself enchanted with his craft, with the power of birdsong, going back again and again to the bench, with attention to intricacy, with mistakes from which he learns, the process itself becomes beautiful to the viewer. It's a thing of beauty to watch. The master experts that you will become as bookbinders, carpenters, jewelers, locksmiths, piano technicians, preservation carpenters, violin makers, and furniture makers. This expertise you gain will become moments demanding others' attention, quietly pulling in the witnesses to arch over your bench in shared observation and devotion. From this, I want to exclaim how vitally important you are to the world, and how special it is that we send you out to maintain these skills, habits of mind, and professions. Your attention, your stretching, protects the beautiful for others. You protect sound in instruments, space in carpentry, history in preservation, adornment in jewelry, the written word in binding, and in locksmithing the safety we all hope for. Is this a good life made by hand? Indeed. It is a beautiful life made by hand, by stretching to attend to your fields and bringing others with you. Your work is vital to our well-being. It is no small matter to focus your attention for 9 months or 2 years or 3 years on one trade. You gave yourself this space to stretch and grow. You created muscle memories that store and release energy in new ways. You had time to be curious, to explore, to find new destinations. You expanded your understanding and compassion for yourself. And with all this, you are making a space for yourself that's uniquely yours, to which you can invite others as clients, as friends, as collaborators. You can invite them to your tent, to your space of attention, to your space of intention. Your superpower, your attention to making, your dedication to this life you are building has extraordinary rewards. The life of making creates beauty, respect, serendipities, and discoveries that bring within them fellowship and community and a value that will stand the test of time. Congratulations to students, families, friends, and partners. On this great day, the world is a better place for all your study and the work that awaits you. Thank you so much.